Hello everyone, it's Jennifer and thank you for joining me today. We are going to make, I first thought it was going to be a bracelet, but I think I'm going to make it into a necklace. And we are going to use beads and components from the Whispers of Antiquity. And this is the monthly treasure box from Potomac Beads. And this box is absolutely amazing. I know that I'm going to get more out of this box than just this one project, and we're going to go through it. And here are some of the beads. Well, there's more over here too, but these trays actually came with the box too. And that's one thing, is that with these treasure boxes, you always get a little something cool, right? And so this month was these trays. One month we got some cutters, which come in super handy. We've gotten a pen, we've gotten a binder box, we've just got so much before. And I just absolutely love it, and I cannot say enough about it. Now, I never really take out the entire box, which I guess I'm not, because I still have some of these beads here. But I never really take out the whole box and look at it as a whole and then start designing with it. But this time I did. So what really caught my eye were these iris duo beads, and then also these round duo beads, and they're round trio beads. And all the colors just kind of popped out to me. And so the white and this black diamond and this black color here, those all spoke something else to me. And so I have something else that I want to do with those. So I'm going to push those off to the side. Oh, and there's silver beads too that I want to use with those. And if you want to see this box in its entirety, I have a link in the description below that will take you to this box, and you can see it in its entirety up close. These little guys here, I'm not sure if they're going to fit through the thread. And these big chunky beads, I think I want them, at least a few of them, in a bracelet. So I'm just going to take like 4 of them out. I'm going to push these over to the side. Bicones, I don't think are going to fit through the thread, but I want them with these here. And I know that I want a bracelet. I know that I want a pair of earrings. So we're going to take those off and put those off to the side as well. The reason why I brought in, these are rose gold. The reason why I brought them in was because I want to make a necklace. I'm thinking that I'm going to be using these beads here. Maybe not these. I think I'm going to use those as the chunkies. So I'm going to move these chunkies over. But I want to use these iris duos. Now, when I was looking at what type of threading cording I was going to use, you know, with the size of the hole, I thought, oh, I have some waxed linen from a prior box. I also have some 0.8 millimeter. This is knotting cord from another box. I also have some stretch cord, and I have some beading wire here too. However, though, when I was taking the pearls off of this string, I thought, wait a minute. I wondered if this string would go through these duos without me having to get a needle and thread out. And they do. Now, I did needle-fy these. I don't think that's a real word, but you saw it as I'm pushing down on it, it's not moving. I used some Loctite, and I just took the Loctite and put it on a paper towel, and then just kind of made a little bit of a needle with them. And I did this yesterday, but I'm going to use this as my cording. Is that kind of weird or what? And I've also put a dab of the glue on the knot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this knot off. And this is also why I'm doing a necklace instead of a bracelet, because I'm going to use this, and it's pretty long. So I'm kind of excited that here we are with this no waste thing that I love, that I try for. and don't always get there, but we're gonna do a little bit of no waste here. And the first thing I need to do is cover up that knot. Now, this is the knot that was at the end of the pearl strand. So I'm going to put on the clamshell first and thread that through. And what this does is it provides a place for that knot to hide. And most importantly, move a hair out of the way. Most importantly, it has the loops on the end. So there we go. And you can just form that over with your fingers. Wow, these are tough. Or what you can do, those were pretty tough. You can grab your, where are mine? You can grab your, wow, those are even not, because I don't want to flatten the clamshell down. So I'm just going to bring it in a little bit. Wow, these are really, really strong. Bring those in a little bit, and then let's open these up because like I said, I don't want to flatten it, but they're not going to go in there. Oh, because that's still open up pretty wide. Well, I can do this without flattening it out, I think. So I'm just going to bring those together and make sure that they're lined up, and they're lined up so you can see the hole there so that I can get a jump ring in there. The next thing I want to bring into this project is tweezers. And I have some tweezers here, and they're not your eyebrow plucking tweezers. They are fine point tweezers so that you can get your knot right down to where you want it. This is how I learned how to do knots, and so this is the only way I know how to do it, and it's the only way I really do it. But I believe you can use your fingers too. You can use a beading awl. There's a number of things that you can use, but I'm just gonna make my overhand knot just like that. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tweezers and place it right where I want my knot to go, and then pull that tight. And I'm just doing this just to add a little bit of separation between the clamshell and the rest of the bracelet. Now, here is what is driving me to do the bracelet this way. Now, if this has been done before, I'm sure it has. I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it's been done. But how many times have you, and it's at no fault of anybody, but every once in a while you'll get where one side of your duo is plugged. This has one side that's plugged. I only know that because I took my beading awl and I went through every single one of these to try and find the ones that only one side works. And here's why. I only found 4 out of that whole entire container. And I didn't really push the envelope too much, so it could be that there's even less. I could have just very easily maybe poked it a little bit more and got it through, but I didn't want to. So my first idea was to only use one side of the holes and make an earring. And so I was going to make an earring, which I still might, depending on how many I use. But then I thought, well, I wonder, because I did a project back in the day, like when I first started beading, and it almost looked like that. And I don't think I ever published it because I actually drew blood when I stabbed myself, and I was terribly embarrassed, and I probably never even posted it. But this is what the earring kind of looked like. And then I put a bead up here, and then I did a dangle down here. So I'm thinking that these one-sided ones I can actually use in the bracelet, in the necklace. Now, I keep on saying bracelet. If I keep on saying bracelet, I apologize. It's just because I was originally going to do a bracelet. So if this has been done, I'm sure this has been done before. So if this has been done before and the person that invented this is watching, which I seriously doubt, I apologize if I'm not, disclaiming anything, but I just don't know. All right. So I put that. So this one here went over both strands. So I inserted both strands, and I used one of these because I know that both holes go through. Well, now for this one here, which I kind of need to keep my, because it's two-sided, these these duos are two-sided. So one side's flat and one side is domed. So I need to keep it flat a little bit, right? This one here, so this side, I'm going to put in like this and see if this is the, nope, it's this side. And let's see here. Because I want to keep that same side up. So I'm only going to show this a couple times just because I don't want you to have to sit through it. And then there's this one. And then plus I want kind of a long necklace. Okay. Then I'm going to take the ones that I know. You see why the needle point kind of helps out? And I'm just randomly picking up the beads. I'm not going for any certain color. And then I'm going to put that through both of them. And if I'm not supposed to be using this cord, then I'm sorry. I don't know if it's like not the right thing to do or so, but yeah. Okay. All right. Now that I have those and they're all in the right place, I just want those 4. And then I'm going to do my overhand knot. Grab that. And then I am going to bring that down and I'm going to squeeze both together if I can without grabbing that one. And bring that down. And then pull that tight. Okay? And it looks to be a little off, but that's all right. Okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both ends, and I'm hoping both ends will pass through here. We know it goes through one. Oh, actually it does go through both because duh, it was on here, but I've needle-fied it. Okay, then let's do that. Okay, so we have that, and then I'm going to do another overhand knot. Bring that through. And then add my tweezers to the bottom there. And then, this is really hard to show on camera. And then bring that all the way down. And then just tighten up. And then give it a little bit of a tug. And there you go. Now what I can do is I can make sure my cords are kind of not twisted. And then I can start adding my little trio. Okay, so I'm going to do 2. Or I'm going to do both cords. And I want them. And you could do this all in one swoop so that you know that you're going in the same direction. Then I'm going to take one of these that is only 1 hole and only 1 hole. So again, see, we're doing 0 waste. We can use them. Got to just make sure that I'm dome up. Okay. And this is an easy way for you to see that you've got all of them going in the right direction. Okay. And then just make sure you pull on your threads and make sure that they're, there's no loosey-goosey going on in there. But isn't that kind of cute? And I first thought that, man, that would be a really cute bracelet. But then the length of this cord, I thought, oh no, I'm going to make a nice long necklace. Okay, bring that in. And then let's just kind of do it like this and see if, to try and get it a little more evened. But I kind of dig that. Okay, then what you can do is you can do another pearl, because this is actually going to be behind me, which is kind of wasteful because I never wear my hair up. But it can be a little wasteful when you have the beads, but this could be inspiration for putting your hair up. And so I am just going to continue. You see how that is like this? Well, so I'm just going to bring it all together and do that. So I'm going to continue on. I'm going to throw some of these in between. I'm going to throw some of these in between. I'm going to throw in some of these as well and go from there. So I will continue and come back when I get close to the other end. Okay, so I am plugging along, and I didn't do as many of these glass beads. Sorry, the fan's on, it keeps on blowing that. I didn't use as many of these as I thought I would. And that, you know, just as you're going along, you're like, no, maybe I want this, maybe I want that. Because I thought of lining this side up with some of these. And then I thought, no, I just want seed beads because they are so pretty. And so what I did was I did part of them and I put it up to my neck, how it would lay on my neck. Because looking at it here, I wasn't digging it very much and I almost took it all apart. To be honest, I almost took it all apart. However, when you put it up to your neck, oh my gosh, I loved it. I loved how this side was this way and this side was all done up this way. Oh my goodness, I loved it. So then now what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get this a little bit even. And it looks like I might need maybe 2 more. So let's see. And I had 2 sitting right there. I keep on moving them around and they're all, I mean, they're just so pretty, so pretty. So if I move it like that, by the time I tie the knot, that's perfect. And what I did was I did kind of a pattern, but not really. And then I'm going to double check again. Let's add 1 more. I mean, you're not going to be able to tell, but it just makes me feel better. So we're going to add 1 more, and then we're going to add a knot. But first, before I add the knot, I want to make sure I got the seed bead through both strands, and you just take a little moment and do that. And then I don't want it to be so tight, but I don't want anything loose in between. But I don't want it to be all buckled. So when we tie our knot, that's where these come in super important, because you can put the knot where you want it. And then look at all the pearls I have left. I do have a few of these left, so I don't know if it's an even amount. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. No, but I could do 5 on one earring and 5 on another. Or I can make a round pendant. We can do whatever. But look at all these Potomac pearls I have. They're just so pretty. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie the knot first before I put on my clamshell. And I'm going to just make sure that it's all nice and tidy. And bring that over. Oh, I'll show you what I did on my design. And I'm going to come in just about here. Like I said, I don't want it to be all buckled. So we're just gonna bring it right there and just kind of just give it a little bit of a tightening here. But I don't want it to be all buckled, and I want so 1 string at a time. Got that, and it flows nicely, right? For my pattern, I did the 4 iris duos, a pearl, 4 iris duos, a pearl, duos, and then I did a seed bead, 1 of these Czech rounds. Then I just kept on going. And then down here at the bottom, I did the 4, and then I put just 1. I almost did 2. I actually almost did 3 down here, and that would have been really cute. But the way I wanted to sit on my neck, I should have done it about here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add these through the bottom. And again, this is where your needle, your little tweezers are going to come in. And go ahead and do your overhand knot. I'm going to grab the wire down inside of that clamshell so that this goes all the way down to the bottom. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another knot and try and sit that right on top of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, oops. Okay, so when you do that, just take it out and start over. Go here, pass that through, and then now put that on top of my, make sure it's just on top of that knot and not on the clamshell. There we go. Got a nice, good, secure fit on there. Just make sure you're not going over the clamshell like that. Get that down, and then just go ahead and get that all nice and tight. Then what we'll do is we'll add some Loctite to the end. I didn't really get that sitting on top of it, but that's all right. I'm gonna add a little bit of Loctite here on the end of that. And then come in with my scissors and get that. I still have enough. I could probably do another part of a necklace. Then let's bring in our, oh, I didn't grab the findings. I was gonna grab the findings. And you don't have to wait for the glue to set, because once you get this all closed up, and then if glue gets on the finding, that is perfectly fine. Okay, I have a little bit of the tail sticking out, but that's all right. And then let's get this closed up a little bit better. Come in, I don't want to flatten it. Okay, and the hole looks good, so closing it all together was good. Let me go grab some findings and I'll come right back. Okay, so I have some, these are really thick. They're 18 gauge, which is kind of excessive, but nice. And then I'm gonna open it up and I'm hoping it'll go through here. Oh, it does. I'm gonna put my jump ring on this side and close this up. Okay, this looks more copper than rose gold. I don't think I have any rose gold lobster clasps. And yeah, I'm gonna have to find a rose gold lobster clasp. So when I take my picture, I'm gonna take a picture of not the lobster clasp part. And there we go. Oh my gosh, I just love it. So this is what it will look like. So you have a little bit, like I said, you can arrange this after you get it all on, which I did, and it stays really well. And there we go. Then you have this center, and then look at that. Look at all that gorgeousness. So, so pretty. So thank you so much for joining me for this. Please give this video a huge thumbs up if you like it. Comment. I love to see what everybody has to say. And subscribe. And until next time, have a good one.